Hello and welcome, my squabbly murder pals. It's SJB here. I just ate some chocolate, so my mouth is watering too much right now. But we have update 33 here officially. The big content update. Unleash the awesome Goliath doomship, the Monkey Ace Paragon. We've got a new intermediate map, and we've got another map called the Halls of Spooky Midnight Mansion. And we've got some trophy store items and all this other stuff as well. So, if you guys are interested in this stuff, what I want to do for you guys today is just go over the patch notes, the changes that are coming to BTD6 for you guys. And my next video, we're probably going to show off the Ace Paragon, all of its mighty glory. So first of all, this is the Goliath doomship for ourselves. If we want to unlock this puppy, it's 1 million experience, but he is all-powerful. He costs $800,000, the most expensive Paragon to exist yet. To get this guy, don't forget you have to buy the $40,000, $30,000, and $85,000 towers to combine together into this guy, which I believe is the most expensive 3 that we've had to deal with so far. Very interesting. You basically have to pay $1 million for the Goliath doomship to get this puppy. So I think we can all agree here that this is the most exciting part of the update, so I'm not going to let you guys down. I'm just going to hop right in here. We're going to buy the Goliath doomship for you guys and talk about the awesomeness. So don't forget, you don't need any cross paths or anything like that. It doesn't matter which one you go for. I just wanted to build him as a base Goliath doomship. No extra levels or anything like that. This is just getting him just to get him. So we're going to start around 195 and see what a level 1 Goliath doomship can do. Normally, though, if you get to around 200 as any sort of Paragon whatsoever, you're doing great. So let's see if this guy can do it. So first of all, he does have different targeting paths that you can go for. He moves pretty slow, actually. I would expect him to be kind of quick or something like that, but no, he doesn't need that. He is just a flying shadow of darkness that spells balloon obliteration. Okay, fair enough. He's got a target. Ooh, that's pretty cool. So you can set specific targets that you want to hit over here. That's very interesting. And it has to be far enough away from the other target, which is really cool. You can see the red dots here, or green dots. So we're going to target just like this and see what happens. You can also reverse his area here, and you can change him to whatever you want to here as well. And I believe he probably also has Wing Monkey, but I am on Chimps mode right now, so I cannot confirm. Now, I'm going to assume that he's got cam detection and everything, but there is no guarantees. It looks like he's got 16 darts that kind of just fly off into oblivion here, and then he's got another couple darts here that are going to kind of shoot off into the balloons themselves. All right, maybe I overdid myself with around 195 here, folks. This is quite ridiculous here. He's getting a lot of pops, but that was just too beefy. Okay, let's check out round 130 here and see if this is going to be a much easier level for us to take down. Oh, now you can see the power really coming into play. I mean, don't forget that these balloons are ramping very, very hardcore, very, very quickly. So around 130 and around 190 are big changes here. These are DDTs getting absolutely smoked by just single missiles here, which is actually really interesting because it's showing that you don't need to have 5 bajillion projectiles blowing up the entire screen here and causing mass chaos of lag to actually make us do well here. Sometimes all it takes is just some big, beefy projectiles. That's exactly what's going on right now. So let's speed this puppy up. Again, a slow-moving Monkey Ace here. He takes up the same space as any other Monkey Ace, which makes sense. That's pretty fair. We got some big beefies. Oh my gods coming in right now. Oh, yeah. All right, so he's not all-powerful. He is a level 1 Paragon, but as a level 1 Paragon, he's not all-powerful, even for his $1 million price tag here. And ceramics will kill us around 131. All right, that's enough for right now. We got to do some 25, 50, 75, and 100 level Paragon tests for us in the future. But for now, showing off the Goliath doomship, he's good, but he's not all-powerful. This is the new intermediate map, and it's called Covered Garden, and it's really weird. So first of all, I was like, you know what, let me put down a water tower down here to check out this water. And you're like, oh, dang, that's kind of weird. You can't put anything in the water? Nitchkey, we must have messed this up or something like that. And I was like, let me check out some of these other towers. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? This entire greenhousey area right here, you are not allowed to put anything in. So you're stuck with either outside here, not over here either, I guess, unless, oh yeah, small things can fit, okay. Or in this area right here, which is just kind of goofy. It means you really have to build like everything right here, which is kind of interesting. But also interesting is that you can shoot through these areas, which is just kind of a fun way to design a map. I like it. It's a fun map. It's cool. It's probably not that difficult, but it's definitely not easy. And we've got another new map here, Haunted Mansion, which you have very little room to put things on. I mean, these are smallish areas. I don't think the biggest of the monkeys are going to fit here, like super monkeys and stuff, but at least druids and alchemists and wizards can seem to fit, which is pretty nice. When we press go here, it's interesting to see where the balloons are going to go, because check this out. The balloons are going to go like this, kind of cross each other's paths, which I guess gives us some room to go for. Then they're going to go through the fire, which we cannot put things very easily on here because each one of these steps is another level down that we can shoot down. Or rather, the fire is the spot where we can't hit above, which is, I guess, kind of interesting. And then the balloons are going to warp down this little portal right here, and that is actually the exit. And they get slurped in, too. It's not like they're actually, like, exiting. They're getting slurped in, which is kind of sad. I've never seen the balloons get slurped before. And then we die. So, yeah, we've got that going for us, and we cannot put things on here. This is a fun-looking map. I really got to give some Ninja Kiwi some credit here on the design of these maps. And it looks like there's something going on with the fire here that might actually affect how well we play, or whether it speeds up balloons or something like that. I don't know all of the answers yet for you guys, but I just wanted to show it off for you real quick. So we have shown off some of the big changes in the game so far, but let's show off some of the balance changes that are happening here, which are, in my opinion, pretty important. Some of these are pretty big. So, for whatever reason, round 101 plus is going to give us increased income, natural income. If you guys don't know anything about free play, 100 plus, you always make zero money. You have to use, the only way to get money is basically banana farms and stuff. They've increased it from 2% to 5%. 121 will also now just be 2%. So, it's going to just increase from around 100 to 120, which makes farming, I guess, that much easier, because you're just going to get generally more money. Next, we got to talk about dart monkeys. So, there's actually quite a few dart monkey changes here. First of all, you've got the sharpshooter attack cooldown. It's going to be decreased from 0.75 to 0.6, increasing his overall popping power. Not bad at all. But the crossbow master will stay the same. The fourth tier, let's reveal this puppy, crit shot, will be changed from 8 to 12 to every 10th. So now it's not random, it's set to that amount, which I guess is fair. And then Crossbow Master, from 4 to 8 shots, is now going to be changed to every 5th. So it seems like Crossbow Master is going to be much, much better at just automatically critting a lot more balloons. I don't know if that means quick shots is going to be much more effective than sharp shots, but definitely keep that in mind. But because we're getting those power-ups, the Crossbow Master Pierce is reduced from 10 down to 8. So maybe the sharp shots makes it more worthwhile. I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like, you really have to test it out in sandbox mode to see what's worthwhile for you on what rounds you're actually going to have to want to pop things with. The Apex Plasma Master, which is the Paragon for these guys, attack cooldown increased from 0.3 to 0.35, making him slightly worse, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. There's some kind of crazy stuff going on with the attack shooter that does not seem necessarily like buffs or nerfs, just kind of general changes overall to make them more fair. Specifically, the tack zone here. Its damage is going to be reduced from 2 to 1. That sounds terrible, but the Moab damage is going to be +1. So basically, he's worse against ceramics, better against Moabs, overall, or not better, same against Moabs, which means he's overall being nerfed here against regular balloons. The weird thing is, if you still alchemize him and give him this stuff, it probably won't matter that much overall, but just keep that in mind. And then, interestingly enough, the top path is getting changed quite a bit as well. So the Ring of Fire, Pierce reduced from 60 to 40, but the Fire attack cooldown is going to be reduced from 0.47 to 0.31. So that's a pretty fast attack in tower here. I don't even know how to show this off, all of his mighty glory, but holy crap, it shoots fast, dude. Definitely check this guy out if you have not. And then, interestingly enough, though, the damage is increased from 3 to 5. Woo! Dude, this guy's freaking rocking, man. This guy's going to be owning ceramics. So it's around 101 ceramics, though. That's the problem. Let's change him to level 80 ceramics. That's more natural-ish ceramics. And it looks like this guy can smoke them. Oh! And that's with no extra attacks either. This guy's going to be good. He's going to be one of the main towers that people are going to be starting to use. I can guarantee it. And then Inferno Ring. Damage increased from 4 to 8. What? That's insane. This guy was already a decent tower. I'm going to use this guy hardcore, bro. This guy is good. But Inferno Ring Moab bonus reduced from 6 to 4. All right, a little worse against Moabs, I guess. Again, it's kind of like weird numbers moving around. How it actually affects the game will be difficult to understand. Inferno Ring attack speed unchanged, but the Inferno Ring Meteor now follows target priority. So instead of attacking just the strongest balloon, you can attack the first, the last, the closest to the strongest balloon at your own desire here, which is kind of cool. Makes a lot of sense. Arctic Wind never really gets used for its actual intended purpose, which is to slow down balloons. So it would be cool if we did that. Get it? Cool. Arctic Wind Aura slow amount increased from 4 40 to 60%. Makes sense. It's more of one of those mid-game, around 63 type towers that you just want to use just to get them. That's going to help you support everything. This is a pretty wild change that I think will also make this guy a much more valuable tower. The Balloon Solver's damage to ceramic increased from 2 to 8. What's wild about this, though, is if you have, you know, some ceramics coming out and you do damage, you can knock ceramics down to, for example, ceramics down into just directly blues, and then the blues are just dead after one thing, right? That's not going to be the case anymore. They are changing it so the damage will not leak through the ceramic down into something else. It will still just be ceramic down to rainbow, down to zebra, down to blah, blah, blah. So definitely very interesting overall still, just to kind of see what's going to happen with this guy, because he just seems really powerful against balloons now. Maybe not as useful against mobs, but so powerful against balloons, it just doesn't seem to matter. A mild nerf to our big friend here, the Elite Sniper. Don't know why, but 13,000 up to 14,500. Fair enough. Guys, let's talk about the Monkey Aces. So, again, more changes that are not necessarily straightforward. Not just weaker, stronger, it's kind of a mix. What's interesting here is these Spectre Bombs are going to be less targety, if that makes any sense. They're not going to home quite as well. Right now, it doesn't seem to matter too much, but if you had a really quick balloon or really fast pinks or something like that, he's kind of in the wrong spot. It might end up missing a little bit more, which is kind of interesting. Against slow balloons, will not matter much, but what's interesting here is the amount of damage that we're getting out of this guy. Spectre Dart damage increased from 2 to 3. Okay, that's cool. But bomb damage reduced from 3 to 2. Spectre Bomb ceramic bonus damage increased from 2 to 4, and then Flying Fortress now deals bonus damage to mobs plus 10. Flying Fortress is going to be beastly in the end game, which he already should have been, and Spectre, just interesting changes overall. I don't know exactly what to say about it. Probably a little bit better against mobs, but a little bit weaker against the balloons. That's what it seems like to me. But we'll have to test that out for sure to check it out for you guys. All right, guys, let's talk about Heli Pilots real quick. So we got some cool changes going on here. The Razor rotors of Apache dart ships are going to be increased in damage from 2 to 4. The rotors are going to pierce 10 to 20. So just generally, if you're already getting Razor rotors, because you have to, when you get to Apache dart ship, it's going to make his Razor rotors more important, which means a lock in place or something like that might actually be more key to your strategy instead of just letting him kind of glide along on pursuit, which is weird to think about, but might be possible. In addition, when you get Apache Prime, it's going to increase even further damage 2 to 8. What? And rotors are going to increase its pierce from 10 to 40. Pretty wild. Okay, interestingly enough, some weird middle path changes. So they're making the downdraft price increase from 3,000 to 3,500, but then they are lowering the support Chinook, cannot say that today, from 12 to 10.5. I don't know if that's going to matter much to people, but hey, whatever. And in addition, you get a little bit less cash off this thing. Not by much. It's only about $150, but it's still something that's less. They're also changing the bottom path here. So the Moab Shove price reduced from 3,500 to 3,000. I guess that's fair. I never really used him much, but I don't know if that's going to make me want to use him more, but it's more affordable for like the first Moab or something like that, which could be integral to some alternate balloon round strategies or something like that. And then also the random first tier upgrade here, the faster darts increases attack distance by 30%. Could affect us a little bit, but probably not by much. Woo-wee. These are some cool changes here, folks. Not necessarily all for the better, but they are some interesting changes. Biggest one, weird. All right, price increased a lot from 28,000 to 36,000. The big one, before I get to the biggest one, also has a bonus shockwave damage to ceramics +1. Doesn't really matter too much, but it's something. And the biggest one now can also stun Moab class balloons at a reduced rate. So Moab's 0.3, BFB's and DDT's 0.2, and Zomagod's 0.1. So you definitely still want to go for that fast reload if you're going to go for this guy. But I think they realized the Moab stun was just a little bit too powerful here, so they had to kind of bring it down a little bit. My friendly friend, the artillery battery. Let's go over this guy real quick. Deals bonus damage to bat and boss targets. Okay. He was unbelievably weak against those guys, and now he might be okay, especially with the abilities going on at the same time. And what's interesting about him is that if you use him in combination with a Pop and Awe, or a bunch of artillery batteries in addition to a Pop and Awe, it's going to make all other artillery batteries do bonus damage to bats and bosses 6 bonus damage every single time. That's kind of insane. If you're already getting more bonus damage and then you get 6 times that, that is crazy. Okay, and then probably the wildest change of possibly the entire update here. Signal Flare can now D-camo DDTs. That is insanity. It changes the game a lot because it makes camo-wise DDTs not as horrible as they used to be. And the Wizard being the only way to pop D-camo-wise DDTs, kind of a thing of the past. So, Signal Flare. But now you're thinking, what the heck is the point of Shattering Shells then, Chris? That's got to be sort of pointless. Well, the Paint Stripper Monkey Knowledge now instead allows the 4th tier Shattering Shells to remove fortification from DDTs as well, stopping 99 from being a problem. But this means that Shattering Shells, I'm not going to call it worthless, but it's going to be somewhat useless on Chimps mode. Probably still not going to want to use this guy. You probably could use him, but still probably not going to be a main strategy whatsoever here. But because of that, the Shattering Shells damage per tick increased from 1 to 5. I guess that's fair. And then Blue Incineration remains at 5. So, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big deal here for us for Shattering Shells, but hey, maybe it'll be. We've got some Dartling gun changes here as well. Hydra Rocket Pod's price decrease from 5250 to 5100. Minor, but still decent. But then the Rocket Storm price increase from 51 to 5250, evening it out. Fair enough. The Buckshot. The Buckshot has always been a weird tower, and now they're finally saying, well, hey, we want to increase that Pierce from 4 to 6. That's not bad. I mean, still not the best tower ever, but, you know, maybe good for more things, I guess. Balloon Exclusion Zone Pierce remains at 6, though, so we're not increasing it by getting all the way up to this guy. What's weird, though, is focus firing distance bonus of 25% to 40%. So getting this focus firing here, let's remove this guy and this guy, getting this focus firing might make a difference if you want to shoot across the screen here. So think about it. Okay, guys, this is wild. I'm not going to read all these different numbers because there's no explanation of what the numbers are going to mean for anything. I'm just going to say what it does. Wall of Fire has been changed. What's interesting here is you almost always went Wall of Fire Intense Magic. Maybe not anymore, because when we get Guided Magic, we can now not only just target first, last, close, or strong, but also tell the game where we want our fire to be. And that could change the game quite a bit for our wizardy monkey over here, our Wall of Fire wizard. So keep that in mind if you're playing with this puppy, man. Could also lead to some really interesting new changes, because you could put it where you couldn't put it before. For example, right here, it was very difficult to get it on this little area, but now we can say, screw it. Put it right in the middle of that, and now balloons coming through here and through here will get Wall of Fired. Very cool changes. Very excited about this, but I don't know if it's going to change the game all that much. I mean, he's not like the craziest tower ever, but he's still important to us. Dragon's Breath base damage increased from 1 to 2. What? 1 to 2? That's pretty freaking good. Dragon's Breath Wall of Fire damage tick rate remains 0.1. Okay. Dragon's Breath Wall of Fire Pierce per tick increased from 50 to 20. Fair enough. Summon Phoenix price increased from 4,000 to 4,500. That's weird. I mean, it wasn't really that powerful in my opinion, but alright, fair enough. But the Pierce reduced from 10 to 8. What? Come on. You're raising the price and reducing his Pierce? Interestingly enough, the Shimmer is getting a small change. Radius increased from 70 to 80. Okay. That's a pretty big range, actually. Not gonna lie. But the price is reduced from 17 to 1,500. So Shimmer was kind of not bad at all already, mostly because the unpopped army was so delicious. So getting these changes is just going to make this guy even more powerful, which is just kind of wild if you ask me. So yeah, that's Wizards. Holy crap, dude. So I don't know if you guys have seen my Tech Terror video where I went like crazy with my Tech Terror ability, and it's just really, really freaking good. It pops lots of BFBs and stuff like that, even in the late game here for a low price, and does crit shots and everything. It's kind of insane how powerful this guy is. And they said, screw it. Let's make Anti-Balloon even more powerful, because he's kind of expensive. And they made Anti-Balloon cooldown reduced from 45 to 30, which means he's going to be unbelievably, insanely powerful. It's almost absurd how powerful this guy's going to be. In addition, they made it so Ultra Vision grants bonus damage to camo balloons, +1. So, yeah, look at this. Whew. +1. So might make it more reasonable to go for this thing instead of for this thing, specifically for DDTs and stuff like that. But you don't need an Anti-Balloon to make that happen. You can do it with other things as well. And then, interestingly enough, the Legend of the Night here, cooldown increased from 120 to 180. Can't use this guy to do some weird crap every once in a while. It's going to take a big cooldown to make it happen. This is probably the most sensible change that Ninja Q has come up with. Flash Bomb isn't really used, and that is very, very fair. So they reduced the price down to $22.50 from $27.50, $500 less. But Sticky Bomb increased from 45 to 5K. So same prices, but make Sticky Bomb the big upgrade rather than Flash Bomb be the big upgrade. Kind of wild. Transforming Tonic. So I just did my solo Alchemist video, and Transforming Tonic actually carried me through Chimps mode, which was insane. And they decided to say a 1/4 Transforming Tonic is going to increase the Pierce from 6 to 9, and a 4/1, the faster throwing, is going to increase the attack speed from 0.03 to 0.024. All right. That's not bad at all. Both of these guys actually have reasons to want to get the cross paths now. That's basically the only reason, whether you want to get fast throwing and throw some crap at the ground, or just get large potions to stick mixture dip on somebody. Any which way, that's pretty cool. The randomly acidic mixture dip, max number of stacks reduced from 200 down to 40. Okay, I don't even know what that does, but yeah, that's okay. That's cool, I guess. Holy crap, they want druids to be mainstream again. Heart of the Thunder damage increased from 1 to 2. Oh my god. I mean, I didn't think this was bad, but I never thought it was good. But oh my god, doubling it? That's insane! It, like, more than doubles its popping power. Because remember, damage can go through balloons and sometimes do, instead of just 1 pop, it can do 3 pops. Which is insanity. In addition, ball lightning damage increased from 2 to 3. That's insane. Superstorm damage increased from 3 to 10. Oh! And then Avatar of Wrath. Alright, here we go. A 2/05 Avatar of Wrath applies its full RBE damage, bonus scaling to Heart of Thunder. Okay, fair enough. I guess that's cool. And then Juggler's Bounty Vine can now follow a target priority. So this is kind of cool as well. You can put him on first, strong, close, or last, or whatever. He's not just going to attack the strongest balloon. He might attack something else. That means you actually have to target this guy properly. All right, Spike Mines are now officially better. Cool, good to know. Sprocket is now officially just a little bit better. And in addition, 1/2 Engineers can now benefit from both the Moab and fortified damage bonuses on one target if that target is a fortified Moab. Doesn't mean too much, but basically they're saying fortified Moabs are easier to pop if you randomly have a sentry gun with deconstruction. Fair enough, I guess. That's cool. And then Cleansing Foam attack gains 1 second of 4 times rate on round start. All right. So, like, right when the round starts, they're just going to go boom, 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 and shoot it down real quick to make sure that balloons aren't going to sneak by or something like that, which is fair enough, but not the best thing ever. All right, guys, the last changes that I want to talk about today, there are some hero changes and stuff, but I'm not going to go over those today because this is already such a long video. So instead, we're just going to go over the Buccaneer changes very quickly, which is really, really weird. I don't even know how to explain all this stuff, but basically, for the most part, Monkey Pirates is significantly better in the late game in particular, because Grapes now damage increased from 1 to 2, Ceramic bonus increased, Cannonball Explosion damage increased, Cannonball Explosion Moab bonus damage increased, Monkey Pirate's price increased by just a small amount here, $400. Then randomly, the Pirate Lord price increased, Pirate Lord damage increased 5 to 10, Ceramic bonus damage 5 to 10, Burn damage 1 to 9. What? What? Everything's just going up, 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 up. Pirate Lord was significantly better against all types of balloons now, making him a late-game tower. Officially. It's officially here. And then, lastly but not leastly, Trade Empire. Cash per round per merchant when applied to the third-tier merchantmen reduced from 20 to only 15. They did not like the way that this went with boss balloons, and they decided you have to get, like, probably 15 regular merchantmen before you want to get a Trade Empire, which is kind of wild. The Trade Empire cash per round per merchant remains at $20 for the flavored trades. All right, or favored trades for those who don't like to be cool. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hopefully this was an interesting or entertaining video. I just went over the patch notes as fast as I possibly could, so I made some mistakes here and there, but let me know in the comments below what you guys thought about this. Let me know what you think about the update, and let me know, lastly but not leastly, what you think about the official new rule that is making it so you can only have 3 Paragons on the screen at the same time. I'll be honest with you guys, I think it's stupid. I think it's unbelievably stupid. I think that you should have unlimited Paragons allowed per game. I think Ninja Kiwi needs to resolve this very quickly. I don't care if it lags my game into oblivion. I want to be able to put down 20 Paragons. I was excited to get like an Alchemist Paragon that could buff all of my other Paragons, or an Engineer Paragon that could actually overclock my other Paragons. I think Ninja Kiwi needs to rethink that, rework that, and allow as many Paragons as you want. And I think everybody's going to be agreeing with me on that. But let me know what you think anyways, because I need to hear it from you, so I can officially say that I'm righteous on this one. Take it away, Ninja Kiwi. Please take it away. And press the like button if you agree with me, man. Yeah. Just only for that reason, too. And have a super duper delicious day.